Hollywood lore is full of stories of the agony of screenwriters laboring at their typewriters and the roller coaster they face in rewrites. Nowadays, though, concept art and look development can be as important for getting a green light as the script itself. I'm David Cohen at Variety headquarters, and here today to talk about look development and concept art are some of the top artisans in Hollywood. We hear a lot today about visual development, about developing the look of the film alongside the script of the film.
It's a very fun process for me. So, you know, you're coming up with a look for the movie, you're coming up with a lot of material to basically get the movie green lit, and they're doing like an R&D period with it. We did it on Lone Ranger, and it's a very exciting process.
It is really exciting because on one hand, there's a lot at stake. So that challenge is really big. What I always find in this process of the selling of the film is, what's really interesting is that usually there are a lot of different opinions. And a lot of the studio wants one thing, the producers want another thing, the director could want another thing. So it's like 3 different possible ideas going on. And I think that we are put in the position of being translators. We have to, if we're doing our job correctly, is really listen to what everyone is saying, find a way to communicate that artistically and visually so that nobody fights, everybody understands, and you get the film greenlit.
No, it's true. I think that process in a film, there's a lot of ideas floating around which nobody can really grasp.
Yeah.
So it's everybody's job at this table to sort of take those.
Land it.
Yeah, ground them, land it, put it into a visual context that, you know, that people can see, that say, oh yeah, that's it, that's it, that's it.
I think it's pretty amazing when I can come into a project and they have renderings and costumes and like, here's a film. That's special to me. Like, that's a great, incredible start.
I come from a theater background, and in theater we talk a lot about a concept. You know, the director will go to the designers with a concept for the show. Is that a conversation that you have in television and in feature films?
I'm a firm believer that all of these movies that we do, and you really need a concept and some common thread that amortizes itself through the film, whether it's a color palette or something in the background or a style of shooting or a lens type. Just for one example, on Capote, we came up with a color palette on that film, and so I made sort of like a Rothko knockoff index card that I laminated with, I think it had 6 colors on it, and none of them were really, you know, they were brown and black and a little bit of white, and that's like, this is, you know, every color that's going to be in the movie. And I laminated it, and I made, you know, about 100 of these things, and I put my name and cell number on one side, and I gave them out to everybody on the set. With a little clip on that. I said, listen, this might be 2 o'clock in the morning. If you see anything, a car, you know, a tree, anything that's not in this, just call me up, because I'm going to get it out of the frame. And, you know, I got a couple calls, you know, which was like, you know.
That's a really great way to do it.
But that, because that was like, that was it. So,
Adruitha, have you worked in that same way? We had to get as specific as handing out a look card?
No, well, you know, things have to be talked about, that's for sure, but I got to, you know, listen to production design and costume design. That's where I go. You know, if the director, sometimes, like the movie I just finished, you know, the director, well, what do you want to do? And he couldn't articulate. You know, and it was like, okay, but what do you, I don't know. So I would actually, you know, had to do a visual for him. I would do it on maybe a wig or something like that, and hey, what do you think? You know, okay, yeah, something like that. So I was in costume design, I was in her office, I was in the production designer's office constantly.
So we have to figure it out. At its core, it is only about storytelling. And so conceptually, there's always something that sits in that story that needs to be brought forth, and hopefully the director is the leader of that concept and allows all of our voices to participate to raise it to its highest level.